excited from that win on Saturday. Oh my gosh, that was amazing, y'all. So now today we have Bellarmine. I'm sorry, Bellarmine. I mean, we apologize now. Uh, excited for this game. A lot of people are off for Christmas, so they'll be able to watch. A lot of people aren't, and hopefully you can get that, wherever you are, find some way to stream the game. Um, super, super stoked. JQ looks amazing. With JQ and Jalen Lowe on the floor, there is no way. Like, I mean, it just opens up so much for the other guys to be able to score. That's just one of those things that we've been needing. When everybody's all discombobulated and crammed up, there's no way to get anybody to the lane to score in the paint. We scored 30 points in the paint, I believe. So, that I think that's the key to us winning. It's not three-pointers. It's not shooting 33 pointers. It's doing what's necessary. And with JQ and J Lo on the floor, it gives it a whole new look. It's a whole new thing. We don't have to rely on those threes. So I'm really excited for this game. I'm hoping that I'm hoping we don't put it on them too bad because you don't want to like embarrass them. But I'd like to see a 30-point win. It would be nice to have a 30-point win today. Something we've been needing to see, something we've been hoping for. I don't know what's going to happen. You can say this team's not very good, but as we all know, everybody has their best game once they get into Rep Arena. What's up, Dorman? How you doing today? Are you excited for this game? I am. Uh, I cannot wait. I mean, now that JQ and J Lo are on the floor, the, I get a different sense of feeling when I watch the game. I get a whole different vibe. Before it was, oh, I hope we win. I feel like I'm watching the 90s again. I'm excited. I've got that hope, that excitement that Kentucky basketball brings. I feel like I'm watching the 96 team or the 98 team or it just Kentucky basket and what a better person to bring it back. I mean, Mark Pope gave us that vibe back then, and now to bring that vibe back 30 years later, Jesse says it's too early for me. Yep, we're 34.5 points favorite today. So me calling the 30, that was close. That's close. I'll take 30, 34, 35. Whatever works. Um, who else is in the house today? Sheila Ashby, what's up? I'm stoked, you guys. We are actually starting to look like the Kentucky Wildcats that we were before. Yeah, we had a 53-point second half against St. John's. That is Kentucky basketball. Carrie, what's up? Good to see you in the house. Um, guys, I really am. I'm super, super stoked. I can't say anything more than how excited I am. Um, Chris, I'm not going to this game. I'm going to the Missouri game. Guys, I'm going to be in the eruption zone for the Missouri game, so make sure you watch because I plan on being on TV somehow. So I'm super, super stoked for that. Um, Jesse's got a cold. Jesse, I'm sorry. Dorman says we're going to win by 40. Yeah, that would be nice. I mean, let's get Kentucky basketball back. Thank you, Gima. Yeah, this is old school. For those of you that don't know, the sweatshirts that I wear that are like this big, all of these sweatshirts are sweatshirts I gave to my dad for his birthdays and Christmases back in the 90s. I've even got one somewhere that says Patinos Bombinos. Like, I gave these to my dad, and since he's passed, the one thing I wanted was all of his UK sweatshirts back. So these are vintage, very, very vintage. That as vintage as I am. Um, so let's talk a little bit about Bellarmine's players. So their two big scorers are 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐳𝐜, who averages 21 points, 6 rebounds. He's only 6'7", y'all, and weighs 215. Tell me he's not going to get knocked around. He's going to get knocked everywhere. Where is Jimmy Jam? Oh, okay. Jimmy has some family stuff, and with Christmas and everything, um, Jimmy's taking time for family and the holidays, and he'll be back after the first of the year. And thank you very much for that, Christopher. I appreciate it. Um, Low, I have not heard any. I have not seen anything anywhere about him not playing. He even made a comment that his shoulder felt better after they fixed it in the last game. It felt better afterwards. So, I haven't seen anything about that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. But I haven't seen anything else about that. So as of right now, he's playing. I have not heard anything different. Mo, yes, you're correct. Mo is not suspended, Dougie. No, it wasn't necessarily rumors. The people that were saying he was going to be suspended is because, according to NCAA rules, if a player gets two technicals in the same game, he gets ejected for the rest of that game and he misses the next game. Now, they said that that can be changed according to conference rules. So it makes me upset that it's just like the government. You got these federal rules, but yet you can do what you want. But that's kind of the same thing. NCAA rules, but you can do what you want. So he's not suspended. He is playing today. But back to the players. Okay, so 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐳𝐜 has averaging 21.6 rebounds. He's 6'7", 215 pounds. He's going to get knocked everywhere. And then you got Brian Waddell, who averages 15 points a game. He's 6'7", 195. So, and those are their bigs, y'all. Those are their bigs. 6'7", under 200 pounds. Sorry, Bellarmine. They're a bunch of juniors and seniors, so they do have the experience. They've played, but I don't think that's going to be a match for Rep Arena, the Big Blue Nation, and the team that we have. So uh, they've been made. 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐳𝐜 is 35% from the three. Um, but yeah, so our players, if sounded like I was being rude or wasn't being rude, Callie, you're doing awesome. Oh, dude, no, I never thought you were rude at all, Christopher. No, no worries. I tried last pregame. I said Jimmy was doing family stuff. You might have missed that. I'm not worried, y'all. If you got a question, ask a question. Doesn't bother me a bit. Um, but this game today is important. It may be against Bellarmine, but it's important because we saw what happened in the last game with JQ and J-Lo. Can they keep that consistently game after game after game? So today is a test to see if that is going to, was it a figment of our imagination? Was it a mirage? Were we sleeping and don't realize it? We'll be able to find out today. It's consistency. That is the key. It's going to be a good opportunity to dominate the paint. And speaking of paint, call Color Creators at 859-270-9488 for any and all of your painting, staining, and pressure washing needs. They take the paint out of painting. If you don't want to touch the paint, let Color Creators do it for you. Give Chris and Rob a call. Let them give you a free estimate. Color Creators, 859-270-9488. Chris is big. Thank you for the question. Go big blue. Big Mike, we love you. Yeah, guys, hit that subscribe and like button. MVP JQ, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 5 blocks. Double double is amazing to see him with today. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's go ahead and have your predictions for the game today, your score predictions. And then we'll do the MVP after that. What are your score predictions for today's game? I'm going to go on a limb, and you know I usually don't say hundreds, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say 102-64. I don't know why those numbers are sticking in my head, but 102-64 is my guess today. Kentucky wins 100-55. That, I mean, I think these are realistic. 51-92. Yeah, I mean, I think these are all realistic scores. But our key is going to be consistent. Shane picks 98-43. I mean, that's, yeah, I mean, you don't even want them to get to 50, do you, Shane? Yeah, guys, Mark Pope, when he went in the locker room post game, he told the team, he said, "Welcome to who we are now. This is our team." For everybody that was getting upset, everybody was, "I don't like my team. We're doing bad. We stink." For everybody that was knocking us, we didn't have our whole team. 105-64. Dougie, you're right there with me. But we didn't have our whole team. So, now we do. So it's like you have a puzzle that had pieces missing. It never works. So now you've got all the pieces. Now the puzzle fits. Mike, you're exactly right. I think the first 10 minutes of this game are crucial because we need to see something different. Now that we have JQ, now that we have J-Lo, stop with the getting behind in scoring. Stop with the slow starts. Get out there, play your game, play the whole game physical. You can't go out there like you haven't had coffee yet and you're trying to wake up for the first 10 minutes. You need to go out there like you've had 6 cups with extra shots of espresso and just play out your minds. So you are right, Mike. It is very, very critical to see a change. We need that change. We need to see these improvements come to fruition. We need to see what we've all been dreaming about and wanting to see come out. We need to have the consistency. Like I said, this is a crucial game. It may just be Bellarmine, but this is crucial to see if we can maintain the same type of physicality in every game we play. I would love to see us get over 40 points in the paint. I believe we can. I believe tonight, we got 30 last game, y'all. I believe today, I keep saying tonight, but it's actually today, we can get over 40 points in the paint. I want to see it happen. The top cat, who do you guys think is going to be the MVP today? Big shout out to Shane. Yes, we love you, Shane. Back in there behind the scenes doing this for us. Much appreciated. So, player of the game, MVP, y'all. If this team is healthy, we'll make a deep run come March. Just have to stay healthy, continue to grow. Exactly. Our ceiling is up here, guys. The sky's the limit now that we have a whole a whole team. There's nothing we can't do. We're up by 30, the best time to let JQ shut up the threes and lob dunks. Okay. Do you guys think JQ hits a 3-pointer today? I think it's the game he's going to. I think he's going to hit his first 3-pointer in Rupp today. And I also believe that the roof is going to come off of Rupp Arena when he steps out on the floor. Because that was an away game. That was in Catlanta. Can you imagine what it's going to be like in Rupp today? Okay, everybody seems to be liking JQ for MVP today. And I think from here on out, we're going to see that a lot. As long as he stays healthy. Okay, Shane says away. Mike says Garrison is MVP, and then he smiled. And then he said away. So, I don't know that Garrison will get a lot of playing time now that JQ's back. I mean, it'll be JQ and Garrison out there to, yeah, yeah, at the four he will. But it's gonna be like JQ and Malachi, JQ and Garrison, kind of maybe. I like having two bigs on the floor. I like having two bigs on the floor at the same time. Can we get 20 thumbs up? Well, if we can get 30 in the paint, we can get 20 thumbs up. Come on, y'all, give us the likes. He did. What? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. He is. That's some Joe B. Hall stuff with the two bigs. That is a fact. Um, I'm super, super excited, guys. This is going to be a fun game to watch. Like I said, I think consistency is key. And, you know, the game today will show everybody that that wasn't a fluke. Like, that's our team now. The team we've been watching has not been our team. What's your favorite color, baby? Blue and white. I'm excited. I'm super, super excited, you guys. This is going to be it. Look, I got ready to take a drink of my coffee and forgot to even take a drink. But no, there's no moonshine in there. That's mushroom coffee, as a matter of fact. I drink mushroom coffee. It's amazing. Makes you feel great. Gives you focus. And everybody knows I need focus. um, but no, I think, okay, for starters today, I have not seen the starting lineup. I There has not been anything for a. You don't have a like, Gila. It would just be the little thumbs up if you have that underneath the screen where it's showing us. There will be little thumbs like a. We don't want to see that one. We want this one. We need seven more, guys. Come on, seven more. But this game today, we don't know the starters yet. They haven't been announced. I have a feeling it's going to be the same starters as the last game because I believe that that works well. And then as far as what you're bringing in, how you're doing your substitutions, I think that starting lineup actually works. We may not like, you know, the setup. Okay, Dougie says Low, OA, Cam, Mo, and JQ. Dougie, did you see that? That's a great lineup. I'm still seeing Anthony Davis in JQ. AD was freaking athlete in college. JQ is built the same way. But JQ's defense is better, in my opinion. JQ is a lot more physical. Um, I really, JQ is more physical than AD ever was. I think JQ's defense is better than AD. I do see him as an Anthony Davis type player. Shane says Sean Kemp. Yes. See, there he is, putting under my name again. Sean Kemp. When you're the producer, that's how it comes out, guys. Uh, Mike says, oh, you did that under Mike too. Now you're confusing me. I know. Now that confused me because I'm thinking Mike and you said the same thing, but no. Um, but guys, this is going to be a fun season now that we've got our team back. Does Mo? Yes, yes, Carl. Mo does get to play today. He did get ejected. It is an NCAA rule that if you get two technicals, you get ejected and you do not play the next game. However, the conferences have the right to make that decision on their own. And Mark Pope announced yesterday that Mo is playing today. JQ and Lowe spread the floor. Yes, and that's what we've been talking about. They create those open lanes for Ortega to get to the rim or Aberdeen or whoever. And I'm telling you, I hope today Colin Chandler and Trent Noah, um, I hope they shake off whatever was going on with them in the last game. I mean, they were getting double teamed, they were getting shut down. I mean, it was, but they did not. It wasn't their game. I'm not going to say they did bad. Some games are just not for some guys. And I think that's what Pope's seeing now instead of running on the analytics. It's which guy is better for this game, which guy is physical enough, which guy can defend this guy enough, which guy can guard this guy. I think he's going more on better suited athletic wise, talent wise, and putting them up against the right ones. Yes, well, son of a gunner. I mean, Ejiofor got dunked on. He was a crybaby, and we see what happened. Cam needs to shot the ball instead of Cam did really good. The fight he had in him. I loved when Cam was on the floor wrestling for that ball. Like he dove like he was diving for dollars, I mean, he literally did. He hit that floor. I felt bad when he hit the floor because I heard it. But he made those 2 threes. He makes his free throws. I mean, Cam did great. Cam is coming into it, and I think give him another game or two, and he's going to be something to really reckon with. 3 more thumbs up, guys, to get to 20. Yeah, Jalen Lowe is a Rondo. That's who he reminds me of. He's a Rondo player. He does. He gets to where he wants. As long as he doesn't get hurt, we're good. Because if he sees a spot and he wants to get there, he will get there. Eric, don't worry about it. We know you were working. Welcome to the show. Give us a like. But when Cam is physical, he is really good. That is a fact. Cam, so I loved what I saw from Cam Williams in the last game. I absolutely loved it. Cam, you're coming into it. This is the best thing ever. This is the last game to get ready for SEC play. It's going to be hard for teams to match up against our bigs. I believe that too, Carrie. I will agree with you because nobody has seen this yet. They're all looking at us like we're soft. They're all looking at us like we're going to be easy. Well, welcome to the new age of Kentucky basketball. When you got JQ, J Lo, 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐳𝐜, like it's a whole new thing. Everybody that was saying we weren't going to win, we're going to stink, we're going to do this, that. We have our team. Mark Pope told them, welcome to our team. This is our team. This is what our team should have looked like all season. If we would not have had injuries, this is what we would have had. And yes, I firmly believe that everybody is settling into their roles. It was really nice to see 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐳𝐜 take that leadership role in the last game. I believe he did that more than he had. I believe the last game against St. John's, I believe 𝐀𝐫𝐭𝐒𝐜𝐢𝐞𝐳𝐜 really stepped into that role. I love the comment he made at halftime. He said, most leaders of the teams have to get on their guys like we can do this, da da da. He said, I don't have to say anything to my guys. They know and they're ready to fight. And that's what we need, that fight. Cam is getting comfortable and I love it. I mean, you got to understand when you come from another school and you're used to playing one way with these guys, and then you get moved to a new school where it's a whole new type of play, a whole new group of guys. You're not going to just walk right into that day one and be perfect. It does take time. You have to get to know. You have to learn to read the other guys. Some players get out there and there's such a good combination. They know what the other one's going to do before they do it. We're starting to come into that. But that's not something you can just walk on the court and instantly have. So I think that's where Cam has been a little slow. I think it was just transitioning and getting into Kentucky style of play with these guys and whole new gambit for him. If Lowe didn't get injured, we probably would not have lost. We wouldn't have. We would not have lost him. Ansley. I believe that I believe that Cam is like an Ansley Almanor, but I think he has more capabilities than Ansley did. Yay, we hit 20 likes. Woohoo, thanks guys. But I think that Cam has more to him than Ansley Almanor did. I loved Almanor. Don't get me wrong. I loved him. I loved his he exudes just happiness, and like he was always enjoying what he was doing. But I do think that Cam is much more physical. I think that Cam can be a better player than that. Yeah, we have a point guard now, so Oway plays better when Lowe is there. Everybody is, because they open up the floor. Him and JQ together open the floor. They create those lanes. You can throw up anything you want. You don't have to worry if it misses. JQ's under the basket. Like, nobody's going to get that. How many times did he one hand it and put it back? You can stand out there in the corner and shoot all the threes you want. It don't matter. He's there. And that's something we have not had. That presence that it'll be all right. JQ's got it. Like, we have not had that. So I think that's going to make, I wouldn't play Low today and rest his shoulder, play Jasper at point. And that's a very good point, because maybe Low shouldn't get, because we are getting ready to start SEC play. Maybe Lowe shouldn't get as many minutes because we are playing against Bellarmine. Sorry, Bellarmine. Um, but I think that now this would be the perfect game to rest Jalen Lowe a little bit. Put him in here and there so he doesn't get rusty, like the Tin Man needing oil. But don't keep him in and give him a crap ton of minutes and take a chance on him getting hurt. We've got the rest of the team. I think Jasper is someone who could be developed into a really good point guard. Um, I think he could. I think he's got what it takes. I think he's got the mentality. We know he's quick. We know he's fast. So I think, and he's smart. Jasper Johnson is really smart with the ball and smart on the floor. So I do think that he would be a good one to get into the point guard position if we needed it. There were rumors that, and I'm going to dispel those rumors. There were rumors that we were actually getting a point guard midway through the season now. But I have read that that is not correct. Pope said he's not taking any more players in the middle of the season. So I guess that's not going to happen. And Lowe is a playmaker. Fact. I wouldn't play JQ very much this game. I would play JQ in limited minutes. Yeah, Chris, JQ is going to play whatever JQ wants, because coach trusts him. He knows more than the coach does, whether he's hurting or not, whether something's wrong or not. So I believe that he's going to get as many. He wanted to play in September. What's up with Jelly? So the last I heard, Dorman, was that Jelly just wasn't a good fit for that game. That's a lot. That's the last I heard. So you've got 40 minutes. You've got to make decisions somewhere on who plays and who doesn't, and you have to play guys that are better fit for the guys they're playing against. And maybe that just wasn't Jelly's game. Will we see him today? I hope so. I like Jelly. I love Jelly. I asked Mark Pope that question last night on his talk show. So that, that's where I'm looking at. JQ, if JQ says put me in, coach is going to put him in. It does not. Okay, so as of right now, we just got breaking news that J-Lo is probably not going to play today. And if you have to keep him out of game, this is the game to do it. This gets him a little more rest. It gets him some more PT on his shoulder. Make sure he's in good shape for SEC play. And I'm not worried about not having him today. I mean, I would love to see him play, but not at the expense of him getting injured. So there will be no Jalen Lowe today. But so I do believe that we're going to be fine. I love, oh, what's his name? Oh my gosh, y'all. From Florida. Help me, Shane. Denzel Everdeen. Okay. So Denzel Everdeen. And I got that on my own, y'all. Shane didn't tell me because he didn't. He was thinking he was thinking too. So but Denzel Everdeen is not a point guard. Is he doing okay in that position? Yes, but I think it throws him off. I think he is so used to playing the two that it's throwing him off when you're not that player. It's just like last year, guys. Every time we threw somebody else into the point guard position because we needed it, it did it. It might have worked, it might not. So I do believe that we're going to be okay. I think that they need to start working with Jasper Johnson more on the point guard position. I think he would be better at it than Aberdeen. And I'm saying that because Jasper Johnson is a freshman. Aberdeen is not. Aberdeen has played the same position and had that mentality for 3 years, as opposed to Jasper Johnson has that fresh mind. He hasn't been playing something for 3 years to where he might be moldable into a second role. So, that's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping happens. Don't risk JQ and J Lo, but JQ, he knows what he wants. If he says, Coach, I can go in, Coach is going to put him in. You have to have that trust with your players. Don't, and you also have to be, as a player, think smart. Don't go in just don't go in just because you want to be on the floor. JQ is not in game shape. JQ just came out and played his first game. Not 100% in game shape. Can y'all imagine when he is? Can you imagine what it's going to be like when JQ is 100%? Because right now he's not. And all I got to say is, sorry, Bellarmine. I mean, that's all I can say today, guys, is I'm sorry, Bellarmine. I mean, I cannot believe that, who was it? Which one was it on KSR that picked Bellarmine? Shannon the dude. Shannon, how could you? How could you? DA doesn't turn the ball over, but he can't get to the rim. Yeah. Like he cannot get to the rim but but with that being said, Jasper Johnson can get to the rim. So he just needs to be fine-tuned. I think Jasper Johnson is a much better substitute in the point guard position. That's my opinion. JQ shocked the basketball world in his debut. I've watched the highlights and at least it. Oh, Eric, I have watched the whole game 3 times. I have watched highlights so much that that's all that's popping up anywhere for me. Like I'm not even getting stupid ads for stuff. I'm getting stuff about JQ, like JQ interviews and JQ highlights. It's amazing. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Dougie, I believed you because I was saying the same thing about JQ. I was saying the same thing. But I'm super, super stoked. This is going to be a great game to watch. I'm looking for consistency today between the players. I'm looking to see, without J Lo on the floor, how they respond. What kind of an impact will JQ have? I'm sure he will. But will JQ have the same impact without J Lo on the floor? Who will be that second person to help JQ open up the floor and spread the floor. It's going to be interesting. So I will hopefully, um, I'm right about that. Chandler today. Chandler. Okay, so Shane thinks it's going to be Chandler today. I never said my MVP. Um, so my MVP for today, I want to pick JQ. I really do. You know what? I'm gonna go with Mo. I'm gonna go with Mo for MVP today because I think that after the last game, I think he's got that right here. You got that angel and that devil, and I think he's got that chip there where he's gonna come in here and he's gonna be physical. I think he's got a little bit of a tude now, so I think that's gonna work. Chandler and Noah. And Travis, that's something we've talked about. Is if you've got JQ under that basket, and you got Travis and you got Colin in those corners, that's straight buckets. No matter how you look at it. If they miss, he's the cleanup guy. We have needed a good cleanup guy in the paint, in the post all season. Well, now we got him. We got him. And this is what we've been needing. Okay, guys, remember today's big thing, dominate the paint. Dominate the paint. And if you don't want to touch the paint, message or call Color Creators at 859-270-9488 for any and all of your painting, staining, and pressure washing needs. They take the pain out of painting. Give Chris or Rob a call, get your free estimate. And if you don't want to touch the paint, they'll touch it for you. Color Creators, 859-270-9488. And with that being said, guys, it's almost game time. We got plenty of time. Take your dogs out, grab you a snack, go to the bathroom, do whatever you need to do, and get ready for this game. And we will see you here on the Loyal BB and Fan Show channel for the post game. Have a great day. Have a great game. Go Cats.